So, high tech and high touch are coming together for the first time. So
George.
today we're talking about an opportunity of sharing a product that's changed my life. It's called Monavie. And I'm so excited to tell you guys that Monavie is back. It's back in a big way. I know it's going to be bigger than it ever was before because they're making this even better. And the system that used to be on the papers is all going to be in an app, and we're going to be able to build our team a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier. So I'm George Reed. I live here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm involved. I'm a financial guy. I do insurance and investments. I have my own little practice. For the last 7 years, I feel like I've been wandering in the desert. It's been at least 7 years ago that we went through a bad divorce, is the way I see it. Somebody ripped this bottle of juice out of my hand, and when they did that, they took my dreams along with it. I got involved with a company called Monavie in 2005, and I got involved with my mentor, Brig Hart. And with that juice and with my mentor, he showed me what to do and how to do, and I did exactly that. So what we have here is an opportunity for you to think about doing something on the side while you're working your full-time job, hanging out with a bunch of positive folks that are thinking about where they're going, not where they've been, and really blessing people by using great products to share with folks. And when you do that, every time they drink and go to their refrigerator, you're going to get paid. It's a wonderful business. We're teaching people in these days and times, we're saying it, a little bit differently so folks can understand, but we're trying to teach people how to monetize their social network. Amway did it 50 years ago with boots on the ground, and they did it in a big way. Last year, they did over $10 billion. So it's a great industry. It's been around a long time. But when you get a lot of things coming together, it can change your life. And it's done that for me. I was involved with never doing network marketing and was able to get involved and build a business. In just a couple of years, I built a business that made millions of dollars for me and my family. And what was so cool about it is it wasn't just for me. I had friends that were under my business that even did better than me. And that's a wonderful feeling when you know good and well that you're not involved in a pyramid, that there are people that you never know who they are and where they've been at in life and what books they've read and what kind of influence they have on folks. So when they pop up in your business, bam, it can explode and really help a lot of folks with the product and then the money. So this is a teaching and training call. Just so you know, we're going to have just 4 people speak today, and it's only going to be about 30 minutes. Okay, so hang on. We're going to go real fast. I want you to understand a couple of things right here. This is a big meeting here today, especially because we've only got a couple more days to get this big objective accomplished, which is getting a lot of people to sign up and come see us and hear what we've got to say from a face-to-face point of view and come down to look at our opportunity. So I'm going to turn this over real quick to Chris King, my friend out of Texas. He's been involved with this for just a few months. Hey, he's got his juice. David's in the glasses, got his juice. Cheers, brother. Hey, to your health and wellness and to your financial freedom. So, Chris, I'm going to just turn it over to you. Just tell them who you are, where you're from, and give them some business tips so they can go out and apply today to change their life.
Okay, George, thank you. Hey, everybody, good morning. I'm Chris King. I'm from, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, good. Chris King, I'm from Rockwall, Texas, and I've been in the insurance business like George. He and I do very similar work, and we talked a lot about that here lately, but I was introduced to this through Ron Prudhomme about 1.5 years ago when we started with another product, and I'm so thankful that he called me. I met him through Monavie years ago when he came and did some meetings for me. I got in kind of late in the Monavie thing, did okay. I had about $4,000 or $5,000 a month going at the time when it, took the dive. So, but today, since this is a training call, I wanted to talk about a few things that I've run into over the last few weeks and months that I hope might help you in talking with people. I run across some people that, they tell me that they're so busy that they just don't have time. And I ask them, and this may be something that you can say to them. I say, okay, well, are you busy doing the things you enjoy doing or the things that you have to do? It's amazing how people don't stop to think about those things. And before they know it, it's really too late. They might have missed an opportunity. I had another lady I talked to this week, and this is kind of a funny one. I was discussing with her about the timing of this opportunity. She told me that she had been approached by a lady in another one of these a year ago, and she was very high up. It was at the very beginning of that one, and that lady is now a millionaire. And I told her I would bet that, what we're doing is even earlier than her friend. And she said, oh, yes, y'all's is a pre-launch. And I said, you know what this reminds me of? It's that joke about the guy that was in the flood, and the waters got so deep that he climbed on the roof. And when the boat came to rescue him, he said, no, the Lord is going to rescue me. He's going to deliver me. A second boat comes by, and he told him the same thing. The water is finally up to here, and a helicopter comes by and drops the rope. And he says, no, the Lord's going to deliver me. Well, the water finally overtook him, and he drowned. And when he got to heaven, he said, Lord, I don't understand. I thought you were going to deliver me. The Lord said, I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter. So I told this lady, I said, in your lifetime, it's pretty unusual, to be offered an opportunity like this twice. I said, you need to jump in and grab the rope on this one. So I think she's going to get in. But I have had another guy this week tell me that, he's worried about having to pull money out of his savings. And now he's a good friend of mine. And sometimes good friends have to be, nudged a bit. And so I asked him, I said, man, do you enjoy living that way? He said, of course not. I said, so what are you going to do about it? I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing you've been doing. You're going to keep getting what you've been getting. We've all heard that statement before. You've got to make a change, and you've got to step out and do something. I like to use the baseball analogy. If you stand at the plate and you never swing the bat, well, guess what? You're never going to hit a home run. You've got to swing the bat. And in fact, Steve Harvey did a great talk about this called You've Got to Jump. That's something that you ought to look up on YouTube. Steve Harvey, You've Got to Jump. So now let's talk about real quick when you call someone. What do you say to get them to listen to you? I'm going to tell you kind of what I do. When I call someone in my warm-up, I like to ask them if they've done networking in the past. I feel that it's important that you ask that question because it lets you kind of know how to proceed. If they've done it before, I say, well, listen, if you're like me, you've probably said you'll never do another one again. And then I say, I know how you feel because I felt the same way. And I said the same thing, but let me tell you what I found out. Something different, something simple. It solves the problems of the broken MLM system. And I wanted to call you and see if you were open to hearing about it. That line right there is something you need to put into what you say. I wanted to call and see if you're open to hearing about something different. And so with that, what I want to do now, I do a Tuesday night call, and I want to kind of run through real quick what I say on the Tuesday night call, because it's really kind of a complete overview of what this business is about, and it'll kind of teach you a few things as well. But
all right, before you do that, guys,
yes.
I would suggest that you just, take a couple notes here because, really what we're talking about is really seizing our opportunities and our dreams. And Chris and Chuck and Jeff and myself and others, we're just here to help. We just have an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
We want to grow our business, and anything we can use to help you grow your business today, we want to do it. So that's what this call is about. So grab some pencil and paper, take some notes.
Okay, so we're taking several products to market through networking with a company called Jeunesse. Jeunesse is a 10-year-old company that does $1.5 billion in business a year in 142 countries around the world. Let me mute that. They only, in the U.S., there's not really a presence with this company in the U.S., so we are going to build the U.S. market. Now, Brighart came out of retirement to do one last venture and take I guess I can say a water product to market that's coming in late July, early August. And we'll tell you all about that product very, very soon. But now let's just focus on Monavie. Monavie, many of us on this call were involved in that company years ago. Brighart led the distributorship, took the product to $3 billion in sales. The company was sold in 08, 09, I believe, George, and the formula was changed by the new owners. And so as a result, there was a mass exodus from the company. It eventually got into some financial trouble, but in 2015, interestingly enough, Jeunesse bought Monavie. So this is about to be the rebirth of that great product, because we're about to have the original formula with the freeze-dried berries. If you aren't familiar with what Monavie is, it's a nutritional blend of 19 different fruits, with the acai berry being the crown jewel fruit. Acai berries come from the Amazon and are considered a superfruit with an off-the-chart antioxidant ORAC score. So that's the first product that you really want to try. There's some amazing testimonies that we've heard. Most all of us that drink it really have something that it's done for. So now, if you've ever thought to yourself, man, if I could just be in at the beginning of one of these, well, this is it. You have the opportunity to join a pre-launch. This isn't the ground floor, it's the foundation. Your position in this business is a foundational position, and you may never get a chance like this again in your lifetime. So that's what's exciting about this. If you've ever been involved in networking before, you may be wondering what makes this any different. For those of us, we've been involved one or more of these in the past, and we've all said, I'll never do another one again. But the reason why most of us have said that is because maybe we didn't make any money. Maybe we don't like approaching our friends, or we hate seeing them not make any money. The mindset is that they don't work. They're all the same, but here we all are again, right? And you know why? It's because we all want it to work. Some of us need it to work. I do. We dream of this being our way out. And we believe in the concept, but something's been missing for all these years. So I'm going to talk about what we've done to fix the problems and how this is different, how it's simple, it's duplicatable. So here's a few of the problems with other MLMs. First, recruiting goes something like this. George, welcome to the team, buddy. First thing you need to do is make a list of 100 to 200 people. You're going to get 20 in on your left, 20 on your right. And out of that 40, you're hoping 5 to 8 will actually do something. Is that not how they all work? I mean, that's 40 people is a lot of people. That's difficult for a lot of people to do. I've heard it said that, the average number of people sponsored in one of these is 2.8. Well, that's an interesting number too. Okay. Second problem is there's no system. They tell you it's a numbers game. Do the numbers long enough and pretty soon people will get in and you'll make some money. But with that kind of system, you better put them in faster than they fall out, or it could collapse. And then third, 80% of the people you put in are gone in 90 days because of a broken system. So here's the solution. We've come up with a real system. It's called 2x2 to 42 and 2x2 and 42 to freedom. When you join with us, you have two choices really. There's a third, you can be a consumer, but you can enter in as an affiliate. In fact, everybody comes in as an affiliate, which is pretty much build like you want. It's more product focused. Online, you can do social media, all those kind of things. Or the second way you can choose is if you qualify, is to be in the 2x2 and 42 builder program, which is more business focused. And there's some rules that have to be followed. You have to be active and qualified. Find your 2 people in 42 hours. Not everybody is a builder. Builders need to be identified. We'll talk more about that in just a second. So really, all you have to do in our business plan to be eligible to earn commissions is 2 things. You need to be active and qualified. Active means you're on auto ship for a certain amount of CV. CV stands for commissionable volume, and it's the point value given to each product. That point value is what our commission is based on. With our builder program, it's a requirement of 150 CV per month. So dollar-wise, that 150 CV equates about to 250 to 300 a month. It really depends on the product that you're buying. We say 300 because after taxes and everything, it's about what it comes out to. So active means on auto ship with 150 CV per month. Qualified simply means you get your 2 people. If you do those 2 things, you're eligible to earn commissions and your job is really complete. So again, active and qualified, auto ship for 150 CV and 2 people, you're done. It's really that simple. But now you're probably wondering, well, how do you make any money with just 2 people, right? That's a good question. You can't really make any money with just 2 people unless there is a system in place that requires everybody to just get 2 people. And so that's what we've done. This is what makes us different. 2x2 and 42. That 42 stands for 42 hours. Have you ever been involved in something that had a deadline? We all have deadlines, right? For everything, bills, projects at work, appointments, just about everything has to be done in a certain time frame. So, well, here's a good question. Why has multi-level marketing or networking never required anybody to have a deadline? Well, welcome to our system, and welcome to the fix that's going to make this work for all of us. The potential with Janess is $26,250 a week on team commissions alone. How is it possible that you can make that kind of money just putting in 2 people? It's this simple. If 2 get 2 every, we'll just call it 48 hours. Okay. We say 42, but let's just say every 2 days. That's everybody agreeing to be active and qualified. And you run that out for 1 month, 2 getting 2, that's 4 getting 2. That's 8, 16, 30, 64. In 30 days, there would be 32,000 plus people in your matrix, and you'd be 15 levels deep. You would absolutely max out the team commissions somewhere along the 11th and 12th level. And I didn't include executive check match and all the other ways that we get paid. If everybody meets their deadline, we all make a very, very nice ongoing residual income. The matrix builds perfectly with no holes, no dead spots. Nobody gets out because we solved the problem of attrition. Now, here's the thing though, we don't live in a perfect world, and you're probably not going to have 32,000 people in your downline in 30 days. But we believe this. We believe that we should easily be able to have you 5 to 7 levels deep inside of a month, if not 30 days, paying for your product, and really maybe even in 2 weeks, paying for your product and be profitable because of our system. Now we're qualifying to find out who those 2 are with some business transaction related questions. We're not looking for everybody, and you can't call someone up and just fire these questions at them without some context. Okay. This is why I recommend maybe get us on the phone with your people, a 3-way, until you know what to say. We want people to answer these questions that I'm about to ask with a yes. Anything else, it's probably not for them, and they may be better suited just, maybe in the affiliate program. So here's the qualifier questions. Would you give $300 a month to make $700 a month? Do you know 2 people who might like to do the same thing? And can you get those 2 in 42 hours? Now there's different variations of these. Some of them are longer, whatever. I like to just, get it to the point. But the most important question I feel is the 42-hour question. This 42-hour clock, what it does is it creates a sense of urgency. I believe that it's the engine that will drive this deep to the big pay levels and will allow people to break even and be profitable inside of a month, if not 2 weeks. We want urgency because we want everybody that gets in to be profitable and paying for their product inside of a month. And I think that's what's really going to happen. Now, as George kind of mentioned, what we're going to have very soon is an app for your phone that's going to have a countdown clock, and he's showing it right there. That's going to be a huge motivator. That clock is going to have that 42 hours counting down. So can't wait for that to be out. It'll be out pretty soon. Now, if everybody gets their 2, you break even or in profit at 5 levels deep. It can be done in as little as 10 days. 6 levels is 700 plus a month. That can be done in 12 days, in as little as 12 days. So that's what we're shooting for right out of the gate. Now, let me tell you this. There's going to be people that you're going to run into that are going to, all they're going to hear is that $250 to $300 a month. That's all they focus on. And, how much is it going to cost? And they miss how we're going to get them in profit inside of a month. So, they don't need to miss this. Get in, get your 2, choose wisely, make sure your 2 can get their 2 in 42. And when this goes through 3 to 4 cycles, your product's paid for. You're breaking even. You've made your money back, and your commissions your commissions are now paying for your product. And again, this can be done in 2 weeks. 5 levels deep pays over 700. Well, I think it's 6 levels deep pays over 700 a month residual income. And again, it can be done again in 10 to 12 days. Now, one last thing, and I'll turn this back over to George. As you can see, we've created a builder system. It's different than any other networking business out there. We've solved the problems of what all the other multi-level marketing networking companies have. We've got Brighart, who took Monavie to $3 billion coming out of retirement to lead us. We've got Janess, $1 billion behemoth company backing everything we do. The entire North American continent is wide open for us. We're in pre-launch. We've got Monavie and our other product that's coming. We've got a system that can get you paying for your product and profitable inside of a month, if not 2 weeks. And guess what? We're all in this before everybody else. We're all hearing about this before everybody else. So this is our chance to do it again in the beginning. And really our search is over for, I think, the solution. So
I promise you, it's over. It's over with. You don't need to look no more.
That's it.
This is one of the original bottles of Monavie. Look at that label. The label had to come separately because it kept falling off the bottles when they get wet and you put them in your refrigerator. So we just stuck them on and brought this juice in and poured that juice on, got the napkin out, drew out how they was going to make some money. And listen, the juice did the work. And then you put them in the binary, then the binary did the work. It was absolutely amazing. It's so awesome to see what this product has done for folks over the years. How would you like to bless people with a product and let them get in auto ship with you or a smart ship and drink it on a monthly basis? And they never want to take it out of the refrigerator. They always want it in there for the next 15 years. They're going to want it in the refrigerator. And as long as it's in that refrigerator, you're going to get paid. I'm telling you guys, it's something special because of the system and because the product absolutely people want. They're jonesing for it right now. So I'm going to turn this over to Chuck Morris real quick. And Bonnie, if you can unmute Marty Collins and also Cheryl Henderson when they get a chance. I want Cheryl, if you don't mind, you or Ed, just to close it out with a word of prayer as we get closer to this. But Chuck Morris, if you go ahead and if you can just share what's on your heart, what you've been seeing this week, really anything you can share with folks for them to take their business to the next step with urgency.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, we're Chuck and Nancy Morris from Orlando, Florida. We got a beautiful day in Florida with a little rain right now. So we've been needing it. It's been dry down here. We're excited about what's going on and all the things that are coming together. We're seeing people out, that are getting excited as well. We've got this, of course, Brig talked to us last night. We had a call talking about a sense of urgency about getting people to the fly-in. The fly-in that's coming up is June 27th and 28th. It's here in Orlando. And we need to pack this thing out. They've got 250 seats. And if you weren't on the call and you're not aware of what things that he talked about last night, the deadline to getting in the forms for the event is June the 10th. Okay. And where the qualification has been changed to be anybody that is registers and gets a $29 kit is welcome to come. And we're focused on new people. So one of the things that Brig asked me to talk about today was what I've been doing and some of the people on our team been doing to get this sense of urgency, get people to the fly-in. And what you do, folks, is you just go into your back office, go into your enrollment tree and go to the bottom, expand it all the way out and start calling people from the bottom and working your way back up to through the tree. And I just call them up and say, hey, congratulations, you qualify to come to our fly-in. Now, of course, I started with the newest people. I went through my back office and saw who are the people that enrolled in the last 10, 12 days since the last fly-in. And so I just started with those people first to call them up. Congratulations, you qualify to come to the fly-in. I'm Chuck Morris. I'm in your upline. I just wanted to introduce myself, see if I could help you with anything. Are you able to come to the fly-in? Do you know about the fly-in? And as in doing that, and then going ahead and sending them the fly-in form. The fly-in form is available on brighart.com. When you go to the Brig's schedule of events page, you scroll down you'll see the fly-in event, and there's a bar button there that you can click on that says, download the fly-in form. You can also get it from your upline. Some of us leaders were asked to fill out our information on there and send it to our team. So if you want to check with your upline, see if they have the form for you, or you can go direct to Brig Hart and fill it out. Now we've got some leaders on our team that are doing a great job about building a sense of urgency. I'm gonna tell you folks, a sense of urgency and fear of loss is the biggest thing that's going to get people motivated to do something. I was on the phone till 12:30 last night with one of our leaders, and they were still talking to people, signing people up, at 12:30 last night. And I said, this was Debbie Stuckey I was talking to, and I said, are you sending more forms tonight? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, well, I was forwarding them into the thing, last night, and she was excited about kind of having a contest to see who could get the most people there. And just in the last 2 days, we've got a lot of people signed up to come to the fly-in, and you got to understand something, folks. No company has ever done what Jeunesse is doing. They're spending about $1,500 to $2,000 to fly you and your spouse into the corporate headquarters. They're treating you royally. They pick you up at the airport, shuttle you to the hotel. When you get there, they greet you. They give you a bag full of products. There's a lot of value in all those products that they're giving you. They put you up in a beautiful hotel. Nice, beautiful rooms. They feed you, dinner on Thursday night. They feed you lunch on Friday. So basically, they're rolling out the red carpet, and now for this event only, they've opened it up. All you got to do is get somebody registered and on the starter kit for $29. Now that's huge. So take advantage of it, folks. You get the most people. The people that get the most people to the fly-in are going to see the biggest results over the next month. Okay. If you want to see your business explode, go ahead, George. What do you want to say?
No, you're right. You're exactly right. That's the key to it. I talked to a guy one time that followed Brig's system that made over $50 million. I got him off to the side. I said, hey, brother, tell me the secret. What is it? I mean, I've only made 2. You've made 50. What's the secret? He says, hey, dude, I done figured it out a long time ago. I just got everybody. I got more people here than you did. And I continue to do that. I'm the #1 guy at packing the house. So you pack the house, put them in front of Brig, and watch them come in.
That's right. That's right. So we still have, today and 2 more days after that to get people to this fly-in. And keep in mind, by Brig opening this thing up the way he has, it's going to fill up fast. So it's just like Debbie was saying to me last night. She says, I'm afraid to wait. She says, I'm afraid it'll be booked up before tomorrow. So I got to get these people signed up tonight. So if you have that sense of urgency and you relay that to your team, they're going to have the same sense of urgency. But if you sit on your hands and say, well, we'll see who gets in, but guess what? You'll come there and there won't be anybody there. All right. So it's really important. I learned that was one of the most valuable lessons I learned back several businesses ago. Several MLM businesses ago. I've only been in about 4, but when years ago we started a company called Healthy Home Company, and Brig only had 100 kits, starter kits for the grand launch that we did, and he said to me, "How many you want, Chuck?" And I said, "Well, you've only got 100. Give me 50." And he said, "Okay, you got to move them." Well, that was a lot of money that I had to cover. So I had a real sense of urgency. And so I started relaying that sense of urgency to the people on my team, and they were fighting over those kits. And in 2 days, I'd moved all 50 kits, and I was calling Brig saying, you got any more kits? And I was driving to his house to pick up more kits, and he lives 2.5 hours from me. All right. So that taught me, and by the way, we went diamond our first month in that business. So, you know, but it was all because we created a sense of urgency. So I can't emphasize that too much. Now, George, there was other stuff that they talked to me about covering, but I don't want to take up any more time unless you.
Okay. No, you just what's on your heart, brother. That's all it is. I appreciate it, Chuck, very much. And listen, nobody on this phone or call or video call has made $1 million yet. Okay. But I promise you, somebody on this call is going to make $1 million. I'm just going to try to get there first before all y'all. So first come, first serve in this business. So I got a friend that I met just a few weeks ago. It's wonderful when you work in depth. I put in 2 people who put in 2, who put in 2, who put in 2. And this gentleman here showed up not too far from me neither, right here in Florida. His name is Marty Collins. Marty, if you can just give everybody what's on your heart and give them a business tip that can help them move people into, taking a look at this business real quick. Can you hear me, Marty?
Yes, sir, George. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Uh-huh.
Hey, man. Jen and I, to say we're excited about this opportunity, guys, is an understatement. Don't sell yourself short for just $1 million, George. I got that deposit slip filled out, and it don't have a real long expiration date on that slip either. So, but anybody on the call, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be talking about, but you know what I saw here was a real unique opportunity, and what I mean by that, everybody desires to be in a startup deal because you think if you're at the top, you're going to benefit the most. Well, we're at a startup company, but what's so unique about it is we're in a startup company inside of a 10-year-old company with no debt, privately held, that did $1.5 billion last year. Here's the key thing. They have a buffet menu of products. They're adding to the buffet menu of products the single fastest product to $1 billion in sales. Awesome products here. But the fastest product to $1 billion in sales is coming back to the marketplace. And guess what? It's not underfunded. They're not looking for investors to bring it to market. They're looking for people like you and I that have a vision to do something larger than what you're currently doing. So if that would be you, that's you're going to fit into this program. You're going to do well. And the people that bring, people and the best promoters are always going to be the biggest winners, the biggest money earners. I've been involved with basically one company here in my career in the industry. But I've always noticed the guys that are at the top doing the most are the people that are talking the most and, bragging about what's going on. But the single most important thing you'll do on this journey in this business is the first 2 people you pick. That's the most important thing you'll do, because if you're not careful, if you don't teach your team, if they're picking the wrong people, there's 3 people that can talk them out of this business. So we as leaders, we need to get together and brainstorm and get us a Zoom call together and talk about, how important those first 2 people are, because, if you're so fortunate to pick some of the people like Chris or Jeff or Chuck or the people I'm seeing here on the screen, what if you just go get those 2 people and you can walk away from this thing? Because there's people out there that's looking for what we got. I mean, I'm running across Blue Diamonds. I don't know, George, how many of the people already that I've made phone calls to that were Blue Diamonds in Montevideo that had no idea this was happening.
I'm going to give him a tip what Marty's been doing. He calls and runs around that area that's not too far from Lake City where he lives at and asks everybody, hey, do you know anybody that did Montevideo? And that's all he's at. They get people on the phone and he starts talking to them. He's ready to go sign up people made $10 million, $5 million, or people that made $500 in Montevideo. There's a bunch of them in Montevideo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're looking for anybody that knew about the product. They're excited about bringing it back to, market. But here's the thing about it. This opportunity is so big, we shouldn't be begging people, hey, I need you. I want you. We don't need or want nobody. If we're doing our job and we're explaining how big this thing is, they should be asking us, well, how could I be a part of getting in on this thing at the ground floor? Because, stories sell. But here's the thing about it. This deal is good enough. You don't have to exaggerate. You don't have to fabricate. But my friend George Reed here and Ron, I tell them a pretty simple story. A friend of mine made over $5 million with this product after I asked them, did they know that bottle was the fastest single product to $1 billion in sales in history? I didn't know that. Did you know, due to some bad business decisions, that product went away? I didn't know that. Did you know it's coming back to its original and improved formula? I didn't know that. Did you know I have direct access to this product, and there's only just a few hundred people in this deal, and last time there was millions of people drinking this juice? So everybody likes to be a part of something big. If you do things right, you say the right things, and you're targeting the right people, people will ask you, how could I get involved with you? The cool part about it is I can only choose two. I was hoping you would see what I see. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Choose
Hey,
wisely.
Hey, listen, Marty was on the phone with me last night at 1:30. Him and his wife, she's very successful real estate agent in their town. He's a very successful, owns real estate. He's a developer. He's building a hotel in his town. He's got homes he's building. He's busy and he's successful. That's the kind of person you're looking for at the top. Put him right there, one on the left, one on the right, and then go home, okay? So listen, thank you, Marty, very much. Also, he turned in 29 applications last night. Him and his wife spent 3.5 hours calling people and turning them in, and they're coming. Come one, come on. Jeff, are you there? Unmute yourself. This is Jeff Lewis, a friend of mine I just met a few months ago. Jeff, take it away, brother.
Hey, that was really good. Hey, one thing that I'll just add is what I call IPA, income producing activities. So you got to just keep this so simple. I've got a little form here called a 2x2 to Freedom List Builder. Just go ahead and make a list of your top 10 or 20 people like Marty's talking about. Go ahead and star your top 2. Do a quick 3-way call with Marty or Chuck or George or somebody or Ron. 3-way them. We've got that PowerPoint presentation like Chris was just talking about online. We got the app coming. Income producing activities. Make a list. Choose your top 2. Get them on the phone. Go ahead and get them a kit. Chuck just talked about how to go ahead and get it signed up. Get them to the fly-in. And then guess what they do? Just do the same thing with them and just get a rhythm of income producing activities going for you. And don't complicate this. Don't complicate this. Yeah, like we're all holding up our phones, right? It's all coming on the app, baby. So George, that's my tip. IPA, income producing activities. Keep it simple.
Hey, keep it simple, stupid. It's KISS principle. It's been around for years. And that's what Briggs so awesome, okay? He has made $200 million by keeping things extremely simple, predicting human behavior, funneling them through a great product and a great system. A system is the answer. A system acronym says, save yourself time, energy, and money by plugging into a system. That's what the R3 Global system is that helped produce over 500 millionaires. I just one of them that made a few $1 million by following the system. You're going to be able to do the same thing. What one man can do, so can another. If Brig can do it, then somebody else can do it. Maybe not 100 million, but maybe 1 or 2 or 3. And that's all I said. When I heard him speak for the first time and I heard what he said, and it touched my heart because I was a new born-again Christian, and he touched me that day by sharing Psalms 1 that I had just memorized. And I saw it that day when I read Psalms 1 and it said that there was a tree planted by the rivers of water bringing forth its fruit in its season. I thought God talked to me and told me that was the acai palm, and that berry was coming out of and just in the season. If you look at the rest of that, it says, and you shall prosper. I mean, it said it all to me. And I took it for that God had spoke to me, and I went out and told everybody I could about this wonderful acai palm down in Brazil that was coming to America, and we were going to be the first ones to take it to market. Now everybody's got it. That's fine. I don't care. That doesn't matter because we were the first ones to bring it to market to begin with. So a lot of people, $3 billion of this stuff was sold. And I promise you, maybe at least 500 or $1 billion if people are going to want to get it again. So let's just get ours, okay? And in the process, let's do something that's absolutely wonderful by sharing what God has done in our lives and keeping Him first and giving Him the glory. And then doing that, no matter, we're going to help some people, we're going to make some money, but we're going to grow the kingdom with this product also. Marketplace ministry is the kind of business I want to be involved in. And that's why I'm here, because I can do everything here, that the talents that God's given me. And working with you guys, I'm so excited. So we've got to do a few things right now, and I promise you, whoever gets the most people to this fly-in, this is going to be the last time that there's going to be no qualifications. So pretty much this is it, guys. So come one, come all, let's pack the house. And let's see what God's going to do. So, Cheryl, if you're there, I don't know if you are or not, Cheryl or Ed. There's my beautiful wife. Y'all say hey to her. People are beginning to think I'm not married, but I am.
He is married.
27 years. I sponsored above myself, right? That's the name of the game. Sponsor above yourself. And then get her hooked on Monavie. She's like she'll be living a long time, like a bottle of wine. It gets better and better with time. So listen, guys, I don't see Ed and Cheryl here, so I'll just close out with a word of prayer. I want y'all to do something today. I want you to really think hard about somebody you can go share this with today, okay? And get somebody on the phone. Let's talk to them. Let's share with them how big the opportunity is. We had dump truck drivers make $1 million. We had firefighters make $1 million. I had school teachers make $1 million. I had broke bail bondsmen make $1 million, right? Alan made $1 million. We had, farmers making $1 million. We had bulldozer guys making $1 million. Dental hygienists making $1 million. I don't know what you do, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this product to market, and we're going to share it like nobody else has ever has before. So thanks, guys. Keep it cool. Keep it kind. Keep Monavie on your mind. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right on.